Oh my giddy god, man! These are schoolboy errors. These are.
But hang on, before that, Kane should have been offside. It
No,
should have
don't
been
even
gone
get me
offside.
started on that. I'm gonna have a in a minute. I'm serious.
Fucking that's like any guy with a with a fragment of a brain could figure out that. Like it was so easy, mate.
I have no words to say about the FA.
And they had to fuck it up against Spurs.
The FA just corrupt gits. And there's no point even saying let's take it further because FIFA are worse. for any organisation to give Qatar the World Cup, that's all I'm gonna say.
They literally have an indentured servitude system, lording over Ash's people. Don't they like Ash? Don't they like import something close to 10,000 workers from India and just pay them shit wages?
Listen to this: the average wage for a Qatar. This ain't me joking about it. The average wage for a Qatar construction worker for the World Cup project is 42 pence an hour.
That's shit, mate.
42 pence an hour.
There were Indians, there were Pakistanis, and then Filipinos.
Nepalese as well. Nepalese.
I'm not sure what Nepal.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere Nepalese as well.
Oh yeah, but
42p
basically
an hour, bro. What the
Indians, hell? Filipinos actually consider a large amount, and then becomes Pakistanis, and then followed by India.
Who keeps messaging me on my phone number? I don't want to talk to anyone.
Stan Kroenke.
No, it's not him. If it was him, I'll be tracing right now. Things must be pretty bad when Gronke isn't the one who's annoying me most right now. If United beat us, top four's gone.
Yeah, but you can't. That's the thing. The best result, like I said, the best result is a draw, because then Spurs will bottle
against
it.
United.
Yes, United and Arsenal just. Listen, we just split points.
I don't think Spurs will bottle it, mate.
They will. They still have Anfield and Etihad to go.
Put it this way, this is how much.
Yeah, and then United still have Chelsea and City to go.
No,
but then
I'm telling you, Ash.
Yeah.
If it's a draw, we both stay within 2 games of Spurs.
Tottenham.
So.
Oh yeah.
Can I say something?
If 2 teams are within 2 bad results of them, they'll bottle it, because they'll just crack under the pressure, because they'll probably go through in the Champions League. Their squad is already spent as is. They will bottle it 100%.
That's true.
Just
the thing about Arsenal is that they'll have to avoid the hiccups. Like you actually have a good run of fixtures. Like it's just formalities for you, but then you can say less.
Can I just say something? I don't know if you agree with me.
Then Arsenal should be putting them to bed. That's what I feel. Like. You have a good chance of finishing top.
I hate Tottenham. I hate Tottenham so much that I would rather us finish 4th with United 3rd than us to finish 3rd and Tottenham 4th.
I agree. I don't want the toilet bowl to host Champions League fixtures ever.
Sanj, you have to give your opinion about everything, man.
Listen, Tony. You should probe him, and then
I'm not paid enough, Tony. I'm not paid enough.
No. Let's do a double T on him. And then
You handcuff him, and I'll force him to give an opinion.
When someone is talking, don't bulldoze them, because you do this an awful fucking lot. It's like
my bad.
You all the time you have something you want to get to, and you just bulldoze people when they're in the middle of their opinion or sentence. And see, Sanj is laughing because he noticed you do that to him a lot. To him. And
sorry, man.
Like
it's not intentional.
Tony's a dog, mate.
I'm like a dog. I'm like a dog on heat.
You literally like bulldoze people. Like you have something to say. It's like moving on.
Like, bro, slow down. We're trying to get something here. That's the only. That's the only.
Apologies. I don't realise I'm doing that sometimes.
Sanj, do you think Liverpool will win the league? Okay, moving on to Man United.
Sanj, what you want to say?
Yeah.
The fuck?
I just did that on purpose.
Your connection went, Sanj.
Wait,
I just want to say something. Not only is Liverpool bottling it, but Sandra's connection's bottling it.
Yeah.
Man. Don't go around fishing for opinions from people.
Damn it.
If no one has anything to say, because you like go and ask Dan about what the fuck he thinks about Saint Etienne. You think Dan has an opinion about Saint Etienne?
Me and you do, so they good.
The man's from Newport, he can't spell it.
We had Materazzi, and then we had Mendy. You know, the French guy.
Yeah.
The guy
Which
with the
Mendy?
insane speed in PES 2007, you know.
Which Mendy?
Mendy, the guy, oh, come on.
Which one? There's a million
The one with the
Mendys.
long hair. Yeah, the French Mendy.
There's a million French Mendys!
Yeah, I know, trust me. Not the present Mendy, but the one in the Zidane era. There was only one Mendy in the Zidane era. You know, the one with the long hair, mate.
There was 5 of
Like,
them
he
in the
looks like-
Zidane era.
Okay, fine. Okay.
There's like-
Benjamin Mendy? Oh, hang on. Sorry.
But Benjamin Mendy plays now. Like, which Mendy? There's like 50
Does it
Mendys.
matter? Does it matter? Can we start?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
gotta
just
start.
start.
It's like saying there was a Sane. Which Sane? Leroy Sane, Salif Sane, Musa Sane. Like there's 50 Sanes.
Oh, there's Mane.
Mane's there's only one Mane.
There's only one Tony Edwards.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
There's no one in
There's
this
only
world like
one
me.
Alex Iwobi.
No, get
Yeah.
lost.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start the show.
All right, let's get it started.
Yeah. So we don't keep Ash up till like 5 a.m. again.
Oh my God, no.
The Rand Boys Podcast.
Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie! Fantastic lead.
To go!
Why you, no, don't
It's
interrupt.
time to go!
Don't interrupt me.
I will interrupt.
Don't interrupt me.
I will interrupt because
You've got a small
it's
voice.
time to go.
Don't interrupt. Look, you can't even
It's time
speak.
to go.
You can't even speak. So don't interrupt
And
me.
even when I can't speak, I speak more sense than you fucking ever do.
What are you swearing for? What are you swearing for?
It's time to go.
What are you swearing for?
Get it
What are you
out
swearing
of
for?
your fucking head.
I think even Pochettino's more passionate about Arsenal than Gronkia.
Like he's not owning, he's just sitting on his ass and waiting for the money to drip. Hi and welcome to another episode of the Rant Boys Podcast, recapping the North London Derby. Here with me,
About who? About my what?
about my gang, my co-host Tony.
So what should I call you? Should I call you Bullet, Tooth?
You can call me Susan if it makes you happy.
Tony.
Hey.
The man from Chennai, India, the Man United fan, Ash.
नंबर 1 प्लेयर सिंथिया और हमारे जोशीले प्लेयर ऐश के बीच
Yeah,
And
aren't you in a good mood? Liverpool bottled it.
and the depressed man from Coventry, and in general, just a depressed Liverpool fan right now, Sanj.
Liverpool! Liverpool! Come on! Chakras!
Hey, come on, cheer up, mate. Yeah, cheer up. You at least, like, you didn't have a Stevie G, though, to slip the title today. Yeah, you got someone else, though. Definitely.
Ash, you remember the conversation we had about bulldozing?
I know, sorry.
Like right off the bat.
Yeah, Ash. Yeah,
Right
Ash.
off the bat. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony, kick us off.
So there's only one place to start this week, and that is Tottenham 1, Arsenal 1, and the FA are completely dicks. What are your thoughts on this Uber?
First of all, I am still pissed. This game happened at 1:30 local time. It's now 7 o'clock on a Monday in Croatia. It was 2 days ago. There's no way I should still be pissed. I am still pissed. I still want to fight Danny Rose. I want to strangle him with my bare hands. I wanted Torreira to break his leg. I am beyond mad about about the entire game. The fact that 110 million pounds of strikers, like it's literally 110 million worth of strikers.
Yeah.
Neither of them can score a sitter. It's 0 out of 3 on sitter clear-cut chance conversion rate. Lacazette, okay, the first one, I get it. Weaker foot, half volley on the half turn. He slices it wide. Okay, you should have maybe taken a touch. He has shown more composure. I get it. It's a big game. Don't worry about it, man. Another chance is going to come. And, of course, another chance does come. And then from 6 yards out, this is a training ground move. This is something that they practiced the entire week with Emery.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's the salami going up the wrong end. That's how I'm pissed. That's how pissed I am right now. Lacazette, 6 yards out. This is a training ground move. Iwobi's driving inside with the ball, dumps it off. Monreal overlaps, perfect cutback on your stronger foot. First time, the goalkeeper's caught on his heels. Lloris couldn't do shit about it. All you need to do, 6 yards out, hit the fucking target. He scuffs it wide. How? Like how? It's a 50 million pound striker. It's a 50 million pound striker.
Yeah.
It's something you practice the entire week, and you just scuff it wide, completely wide. It's on your stronger foot. Just hit the fucking target. It's 2-0. They're dead. They're gonna bottle it. They're Tottenham. It's you know what's gonna happen from there on in. They were a nervous wreck. They were a nervous wreck the entire game. The moment Aaron Ramsey scored, they just went into their crying, moaning, terrified Spurs shell. Oh, we're gonna bottle it again. That whole stadium. The moment, every single moment, the cameras would pan to seas of Tottenham fans. They all looked terrified. They all were biting their fingernails off because they knew what was gonna happen. And then Lacazette bails them out, lets them off the hook. Aubameyang comes in. The game kind of dies. And then the whole fucking Harry Kane incident. And I want to throw it to a neutral fan. Sanj, you seem like a reasonable person. Was that not offside?
Yeah, 100%, easily. No debate. Move on. It's offside, literally. They said if VAR's in play, that goal doesn't start. Well, that penalty's not given.
And second question, Ash, did you think that Mustafi exerted enough force for Kane to actually fall like he did?
Yeah, but then that's today's world, you know. You just don't need to exert any pressure. You just need to dust the guy, people fall off. So I'm not going to complain on that. That's how like today's football has like changed into. But then I just want to blame the ref. It's like any guy with a fragment of a brain could easily say it's in a fucking offside. And yeah, I mean, you talk about linesmen getting some like, you know, tough decisions right. But then this was a much easier one. You literally had three players, three white, three players wearing white kits running ahead of the red, you know, of the red. So I still can't believe, from a neutral point of view, I thought, you know, you were actually hard luck to you, mate. Like, I hope it doesn't happen to any other team. Especially this was a defining fixture. Yeah. For both, like for Arsenal. Yeah.
In general, though, Tony, I'll cede the floor to you after this question. In general, the ref was shit, and I think you'll agree that the Aubameyang penalty never should have happened. And that guy did the worst possible thing. Is this not like literally? I'll ask you this: is it not the worst thing that when a referee fucks up a major decision like that, and then decides to compensate by giving another bullshit decision over the top of it?
The way I saw it, we can all agree you'd have to be either of Ty's mind, where you're just deluded, or just be very naive. Yeah, no one can deny the Aubameyang penalty wasn't a penalty, but as far as I'm concerned, that was justice because we got robbed twice. Because number one, Kane we all agree was offside, except for deluded Tottenham fans, the only ones that can deny that. Two, why was Danny Rose not sent off? Like, his studs went straight into Leno's chest.
Yeah.
Which means he should have been off, and the whole Torreira incident shouldn't have happened in the first place. Yeah. So, words can't explain what my thoughts about that referee are going through my head.
Yeah,
honestly.
Anthony Taylor, you're a fucking disgrace. Okay, if you're listening to this podcast,
you should never referee a match again. I hope you go bankrupt. I hope you lose everything you own.
No, he should be. He should be
piece of crap.
Honestly, that guy should be demoted. He should be demoted from the Premier League for that entire game.
But then I actually have a question. I actually believe these rules aren't defined properly in FIFA. Like, it comes down to perception. The thing is that Danny Rose incident happened in the penalty area where he went for the goal. I mean, he definitely didn't want to just land the foot on Leno, but then both went for it.
Okay,
and,
let me.
Is it because Torreira was outside the D box?
Yeah.
Is it because? I mean, if that's the reason, then FIFA actually has to step on it, because I personally believe both of them were equally dangerous. So
yeah,
I still can't believe about this.
At least Torreira got the ball.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I agree, because like we've got the Mane incident. With the Mane incident last year, he wasn't going for Edison. He was generally going for the ball, scoring a goal. Just because it was so high and he jumped, it looked 10 times worse than what happened to Leno. And Leno didn't dive. He didn't hold his chest. He stayed up. He tried to defend his goal while play was still on. And then he went down when it was out.
Yeah,
so it looked like a lot worse. And that's probably why he didn't give Rose a red card, even though it probably should have been a red card.
You know why I think it should have been a red? Because you can clearly see the goalkeeper's going to get that. You have no chance at that ball. It's clear as day. He was beaten to the ball when he started diving in. It was already going into Leno's arms, basically. I know he was going for the ball. I know he's going all out, but you can clearly see you're gonna get beat to that ball. And when you but I'm sorry, when you decide to dive in like that, that's intent. And when it's intent and it's 2 feet, it's a red card, and especially because it's a goalkeeper and you're getting beat to the ball.
Yeah.
Like the rules clearly state if the goalkeeper is beating you to the ball, there are rules. Then goalkeepers are protected in a penalty area in these types of situations. And if the rule states if the goalkeeper is going to beat you to the ball, don't dive in. Why are you fucking diving in? How is he still on the pitch?
Okay, playing devil's advocate, aka the deluded Tottenham fan. The thing is that their argument would be Rose was in the heat of the moment and he went for it. So that's the first argument that comes your way, and it's just natural that he went for it. I mean, you can't stop it. The argument is it's just the heat of the moment and he went for it. That's it. So there's no coming back from that, right?
It's just disgusting. My point is, whichever team this is for, whether it goes in favour or it's definitely going to go against Tottenham if this is when it's implemented. But how are we still here in 2018, 2019 without VAR in the biggest league in the world? It is beyond me. Like, there's no excuses for it. The technology's there. Majority of football fans are for it. Majority of clubs are probably for it, except for Tottenham, because it favours them if they don't have it.
Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? You want VAR, huh? Then Granit Xhaka would have been thrown out the game because he tackled the England captain. He tried to break Harry Kane's knee in the first half, yeah? Is that you want VAR, huh? Then Granit Xhaka's off the field. Torreira's off the field. Ramsey's off the field. The whole entire team's getting set off because you were playing like dirty, cheating cunts. Yeah, that's how you were playing. We completely dominated you. We dominated you lot. We should have won the game, yeah. I'm not even going to talk about the Danny Rose incident because it wasn't an incident. He was trying to score a goal, yeah? And the rules favour the strikers. Same thing with the offside rule, yeah? Harry Kane got tackled by Mustafi, yeah? He got wrestled to the ground. It was a penalty. It was a clear-cut penalty. I don't want to hear about any offside rules because we deserve to win that game. And you lot, you cheating, dirty, gooners, you trying to get out here and argue that you lot should have won the game. Get out of here. Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. VAR. Oh, VAR is going to get us. Yeah, what's your manager saying after the press conference? Yeah, and then they want to find Pochettino for arguing my Dean. Your manager's coming out in a press conference and he's questioning the officials. Unai Emery should be suspended from now to the rest of the season because he said that VAR's coming for Tottenham. Fuck Arsenal. Fuck all of you. Fuck VAR. Yeah. Fuck the FA. Come on, you Spurs. We're still in the title race.
Yeah. Tony, don't cut him off. Don't cut him. Let him.
This guy's deluded.
What a fucking idiot. I can't believe he gets here every week. Every single week this guy shows up. I want to fight him and Danny Rose as well.
There's a conspiracy. I don't know how he's getting into this podcast. There's a conspiracy.
We need to find his IP address because that guy's actually really talented at something that's never should be allowed. This is fucking...
I blame the FA.
The FA are hacking into our podcast and letting Spencer in.
Yeah.
Pochettino's hacking in.
Yeah, so any neutral fan would have said that it was Arsenal's game to lose.
And
Arsenal should have won that. Spurs never deserved a point, so yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I'm the first to criticise my play crap. On the whole, we deserve 3 points out of that game. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it is there was a Spurs fan who came out saying that, look who's bottled it this time. Like, bro, are you sure? You're just fucking celebrating a draw at home.
But that's them.
He was fucking happy about it. Yeah.
That's their
That's the thing, He came out saying, look who bottled it this time. Woo! He was finding positives in the worst ever result they can come up with.
That's their mentality.
They're actually
I mean, that's their whole mentality. That's their whole club. That's why their manager literally said it will take me 5 to 10 years to reset the mentality of the club.
Yeah.
So they're like,
their own manager came out, and this is like people want to get onto Liverpool this week, and I just want to show Sanj support on this matter. Your manager, Sanj, yes, he comes out and he blames the wind for a draw, but your manager at least doesn't come out and say it will take me 5 to 10 years to teach this club how to win.
But come on, the thing is that they've already gone 3 decades without a title, so giving another 10, another decade, is just soulless.
Before we move on, I wanna ask Sanj as a keen observer of football. Would you agree that Unai Emery got his tactics spot on and outsmarted Pochettino?
Yeah, 100%. Because it's very rare. It's been very rare recently where Arsenal go away from home to a Big Six team and put in a really good performance, tight at the back, very well drilled, and they deserve to win the game. And this is obviously you didn't win it, but you deserve to win it. So tactics were amazing, and even with a few questionable decisions like leaving Aubameyang, Torreira on the bench, and why possibly Mustafi playing at right back, even those dodgy decisions, performance was still amazing, and his dodgy decisions were justified.
Yeah. So we can all agree that the FA are dodgy gits.
From a Man United perspective, we have this debate currently going on between Ole or is it between Poch? That Poch actually got his lineup wrong. Secondly, I thought Unai actually tactically outclassed them, in every way. I mean, Spurs were literally going sideways FC. They were just drawing a complete semicircle. I got reminded of LVG days. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, they had 65% of possession, and I never felt, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would have never felt threatened by it. That's how miserable they were.
Yeah.
So it's because of these shady moves. I actually kind of feel like I don't need Pochettino anymore. I actually gotta back the guy. I like the guy. But that, come on, it's these certain moments, especially rivalry matches, you gotta get your tactics spot on, especially when you're playing at home. So I'd rather have Ole. Just give the job to Ole.
Yeah.
No more Poch.
You know what you got reminded of, Ash? You got reminded of those pass combinations of Mike Smalling to Phil Jones.
Yeah, and then we used to have a daily blend sit out of them, and then just I don't know, it was dull. North London derby used to mean something. I actually used to love watching this derby, but then this match, oh fucking hell! Like, I was more happier seeing Arsenal, the team I actually hate, didn't back for, have the ball, then Spurs go on for there was nothing from them.
Yeah,
they got scared. I think they were legit scared.
Trust me, if it wasn't for the penalty, Spurs wouldn't have never come back.
Yeah,
Spurs would have never come back from the game. They just needed assistance, some external factor, and then there you go, some blunder, and then just that's it. All of a sudden, 1-1, and then
Before we move on, Tony, one last question.
Yeah.
Has now Unai Emery finally proven to you that he's a top quality tactician? I wouldn't say elite manager, but that he's a very good tactically smart manager.
Look, the thing is, I've never try and quote me anywhere. I've never said he's a bad manager. I've just always said what you just said. He's not a top elite quality manager that even with a big team, with a decent squad, it can get us. I don't think to that top level. Like, he'll bring stability. He'll get us back into the top four. Potentially, fingers crossed, win us the Europa. But I don't think he can take us much further than that.
See, I think that performances like this go to argue that even with a shit squad as it is right now by Arsenal standards, it's a shit squad. That even with this squad, he can outclass so-called title challengers in a.
They were never title challengers.
They were never title challengers, but you know that the media likes to yap their mouths and hype them up, and how great Spurs, brilliant Pochettino, this, that, and the other, and he absolutely gets smacked by Unai Emery.
Yeah,
and they had the potential, right? Like, all those players, the squad had the potential to go for the league.
Yeah,
like when you take compared to Arsenal or any other, even United, so
they have no depth. They literally have no depth.
Moving on anyway to something completely different end of the spectrum, a dead El Clasico. Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 1, Ivan Rakitic with the only goal of the game. Yeah. What was your view on this game as a whole, Uber?
My boy Rakitic. They want to sell him, but he ain't. He's still making contributions. But honestly, this game was
too many chips.
It was so weird because at one point it's dead. Like, end of the first half, it's completely dead, and both teams are kind of just running out of steam. They don't want to look at each other anymore, let alone play football. Excuse me. That's the salami coming up again. Literally, they don't want to look at each other anymore. And then start of the second half, it turns into this ding-dong battle where neither team can finish. Like, Messi forgot to finish, Dembele forgot to finish, Vinicius was trying to get shots in, he got blocked by PK or saved by Ter Stegen, and it's it went from complete dead game to insanity, and then back to dead game when Real Madrid made their changes and put in Valverde and Asensio instead of Bale and Kroos, and it just kind of died, and Barca just controlled it from there. It's and
the thing,
go ahead.
The thing is, for me, if it was ever in doubt in some people's minds, this is Barcelona's league again this year. 7 points clear of Atletico, 12 points clear of Real Madrid now. It would take a miracle for Barcelona not to win this league.
Yeah, but on that point, I want to ask Sanj, because I want someone else's opinion of Benzema, but I've always been of the opinion that he is nowhere near the type of guy on an elite level where you can rely on him as a consistent finisher as opposed to Suarez. Because I always thought that Benzema was a dead striker. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. He's been weird because like he's been playing at a team which is world class, and yet he doesn't have really like crazy stats.
Yeah.
So you would think they've had Ronaldo to provide the goals for them, but they still haven't had that out-and-out striker who scores a crazy amount of goals, like Suarez did when he signed for Liverpool and his like first few seasons at Barca. Robin van Persie when he first signed for Manchester United, and Diego Costa for Chelsea, Diego Costa for Atletico, etc., etc. They all had out-and-out goal scorers who scored crazy goals. Benzema never seemed to be the guy. Like he scored in some big games, he scored in some important games, big goals, but sometimes you need just those goals in those little games as well, and not. And he doesn't get them as much as Real Madrid would like them. So, always questions. And even for France, like, they never really did anything, and then he gets omitted from the squad, and they go and win the World Cup. They get to the Euros final, and then win the World Cup 2 years later.
The thing is that, Sand actually just said that's how dead the derby was. There was nothing to talk about. Sand, the way he pulled it out, it was so fucking depressing. That's how it was for me. Like, the reason El Clasico is I never feel like watching them. That's how. That's the level of quality it's come down to. Sanch couldn't have put it better. Like the way, his voice, it just went down as he progressed. Yeah. I was like, come on.
He just got progressively more and more depressed by how shit Benzema
Sorry for the Spanish fans, I'm not trying to offend you and stuff. The things that, come on.
Except Andres.
Ronaldo's gone. Messi's going to go in another 2 years. Who's going to be next star? Like, your viewership is dropping.
Yeah, but...
it's dropping in Spain, let alone in the world, yeah? It's dropped by 12% last year.
It's not just that. Dude, I just want to say, I get pissed off by the fact that this serial waste man that is Benzema, because when you look at his chance conversion rate, it's absolutely shit. Like, he wastes so many chances. Like, in the Ronaldo era, no one used to mark him. He would get left alone because everyone would focus on Ronaldo. And every single game, this guy would miss at least 2 one-on-ones. Like, at least 2 clear-cut chances he'd miss.
Yeah.
Talking about strikers, you actually have talking about strikers, you would actually recollect some of the golden performances. The only, as a neutral fan, the only and I used to watch Real Madrid a lot because I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy, so I actually took the interest in watching him play. So basically, I used to watch Real Madrid play a lot. So the thing is that the last good performance I recollect Benzema playing was that of the one he played against ATM, Atletico Madrid, where he was very took on Godin, the season where Real wore black kits. I forgot. That's how dead he was. Like, imagine that's how dead he's been, right from that. I never can recollect a good performance after that.
I just don't get, at that level, how is this guy... By the way, when you think about it, he's outlasted Ronaldo, he's outlasted Higuain, he's outlasted Callejon. All of these talented forwards that Madrid used to have, the guy that's been here the longest is Karim fucking Benzema, of all people. Of all the quality players they had, the guy that's most shit, how is he still there? Does he have sort of the black... Is he... Do you guys remember when he used to when he blackmailed Ribery, or who was it? Was it Ribery?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was Ribery.
No. He was Valbuena.
Valbuena, that was it.
Yeah, hang on, yeah. Valbuena.
Yeah. He blackmailed Valbuena. Is he blackmailing Florentino Perez?
Oh.
Like how is he still there? Cause he bottled, like, he missed like 2 good chances in this game as well. It's like,
yeah,
he's useless. And then, like, he still gets to play. He starts every single game. What does he do?
Surely he's going to be gone in the summer. Real Madrid are going to need a huge rebuilding in the summer after, by their standards, a poor domestic season.
So
they're going to need to rebuild, and surely Benzema's top of the list for them to nudge out. Surely.
No, I'm telling you, he's got something on Florentino. Because if he doesn't, like, if they don't sell this guy, he legitimately has something on Florentino Perez, and they can't get rid of him. It's hilarious how useless this dude has been. How many chances he's wasted. It's just
it'd be perfect for Tottenham.
Yeah, swap deal for Harry Kane.
A bottle club for a bottle player.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the most interesting thing that happened in that game, and I gotta go to Sanj with this, is
his favorite player. Sanj's favorite player.
Yeah, is Sergio? Yeah, his favorite player, Sergio Ramos, actually elbowing Messi in the face in this game. Have you seen that incident, Sanj?
Yeah, I did.
You think that this guy, like, does he have some sort of, like, protective? Is he like a polar bear in football that they can't send him off when he does shit like that?
I really don't know. I don't know. Like, you lot claim that the FA protect Spurs. It's just like maybe the Spanish FA just protect Ramos for what he's done for the country in terms of Real Madrid's success and the Spain success. It's just they're letting him get away with quite a lot of stuff, and I just
there's too much corruption in this game.
We say that though, but isn't he the most red-carded player in La Liga history?
Yes,
but he has got away with a lot of blatant.
I assume he should have doubled that record then, with the amount he gets to get away with.
Yeah, come on, let's on the lighter side. He's a cunt, and that's what cunts do. And I'd actually like a Sergio Ramos in my team, mate. Like someone who's like a wind-up merchant, or let's say someone who fucking does it dirty and then gets away with it.
To end on this note before we move on to the Merseyside derby, is Sergio Ramos just the millennial center back version of Roy Keane?
Okay.
Because
yeah.
Oh god.
I think that the difference between Roy Keane and Sergio Ramos is a P. Ramos has a P in front of him. Roy Keane doesn't.
Yeah, but let's all look on the bright side. Let's all look on the bright side. Sergio Ramos hasn't bitten anyone.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to start the.
Sorry, Sanj.
Riverside derby.
Yeah, I guess.
He bites who he wants. He bites who he wants.
Moving on, Sanj.
Speaking of Liverpool.
Come on, let's phones on him.
How depressing was?
That's not.
Let me start like this. How depressing was it seeing Mo Salah going in clean through on goal and actually fucking up his own angle by taking a needless touch to go wide and actually shorten his angle when we all know he's gonna shoot with his left foot to the far corner, and he goes wide and actually fucks his own angle up.
I could sort of see it coming, to be honest, because there's just no confidence in him at the moment. And it's just like, yeah, he's like I said, he's not a big game player this season. He hasn't been a big game player. He's scored 1 goal and got 1 assist, and both of them were in the same game. And they're both against Arsenal, so take that.
That's what happens when you play Liverpool. That's what happens when you play Liverpool.
Shows how bad.
What's your thoughts on? What's your thoughts on the title race now?
I believe it's probably it's gone.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
sorry, I couldn't hear it.
like,
Can someone? Mm-hmm.
Ash had his ears blocked. You need to say that again,
Ash,
son.
Can you say that again?
You're too low down in the table. If you get high, you might hear me.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't.
I know his game, so I came.
We'll let you know when we come third, mate. We're coming for you next. Don't worry.
Okay.
Only
Okay,
got the way.
I'll tell you when you said then.
Yeah,
it's
you got the good one. Little prick.
It's most likely gone now because while we were still in front, it was still in our hands, and it's just like if we do everything we can, City can't win the league. Now we're behind and we're chasing them now. We have to rely on them dropping points.
Do you see them dropping any points in the last 9 games?
No. Saj, you know what? I actually want my team to lose against City. Just to see you lose and cry. I want those salty tears. They actually speak to me, mate. You would actually come to my feet and you would support Man United on that day. You know that for a fact, man.
Well, no,
for a fact. You're gonna come to me and you're gonna say, "Come on, Man United fans. Come on, Man United. Do it for us." Like that's the worst thing that can happen to me. Like if I was a United fan, I'd rather die, mate.
No. What you'd want to happen?
Yeah, it's gonna happen to you soon. You're gonna come to Man United begging.
That will happen.
Say it. I just want to hear it again. I mean, you said that I can't hear you from the table, right? So say it again.
Yeah, I will do that. I will want you to win. But don't act like you wouldn't want us to win if you were in our position and we're playing City. I know you will.
Yeah, but then it's never going to happen. United never rely on these small clubs, yeah? These tin pot clubs. You never won anything, so go on.
All I'm saying, if we beat that City in that 2012 season, you would have been champions. And that Aguero moment doesn't exist.
Okay, you could say that, but then
anyway,
partly
my main point was, to be honest, wouldn't you love it if you beat City and then we failed to capitalise on it? Wouldn't that be 10 times more funny and better?
Oh, fuck.
No, you don't know. To be honest, like you said, when you said, anyway, I tell you,
all right, that's an offer. Yeah, that's an offer I can't refuse. Yeah, take that as well, mate.
I know. Tony asked me if City will drop any more points. I say no. Even if they do, I'm not sure I have confidence in my team having the mentality to capitalise on it. I feel like they'll see City might bottle it in a match and they'll be like, hold my beer, we'll bottle it too.
Wow.
But honestly, I thought that and people accused Liverpool of not playing well in this game. I don't agree. Like, you guys actually, of not opening Everton up. You actually opened Everton up. Your strikers just didn't finish.
It was a little bit better than United game. We opened up just a little bit more than United, but no clinicalness.
Yeah.
It was the same thing that the North London derby was. Like, we had the chances, we didn't finish our dinner. You did the same thing to Everton. You cooked them, you didn't finish your dinner. Salah missed chances. Mane missed chances. It's what I talked about with Sadio Mane, and people tell me, oh, he can finish. No, he fucking can't. He's hot and cold. He's always been hot and cold. It's that Napoli game in the Champions League at Anfield is the perfect example. He should have had 5 goals in that game, and he can't fucking finish. That's the thing. And it's always been his downfall, because his decision making and his consistency in finishing is very hot and cold. He has got elite pace, he's got elite ball control, and that's why he's such a good winger. But his decision making and his finishing lets him down. Salah, on the other hand, is just I feel like Salah is the ultimate confidence player. If Salah gets going, if he scores 2 games in a row, he's going to score for the next 8 games. Like, he's just going to go on a run. But when he runs out, he does stupid stuff, what he did on that one-on-one. Like, take a touch wide, needlessly, close his own angle down, and then just have Pickford read him, because we all know he's going to hit it with his left foot and bend it around the keeper in the far corner. And when you narrow your angle like that, you're gonna fucking miss it. Like, we all know what you're gonna do there. Pickford knew it.
Yeah.
And to me, I still believe Liverpool can do this because the last thing I think, Ash, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong, but with how much Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bleeds Man United, there is no fucking way he would allow Man City to win the title. Man City and Liverpool both to win the title at the expense of Man United. Like, if he took a point from Liverpool, definitely. He wants to take one from Man City. Am I wrong?
Definitely, no. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're definitely right. The thing is that Ole is just gonna go for, like, he'll try to win as maximum as possible. So, like I said, I mean, it was just banter on such. Thing is that we are still in a position where, there's a question whether we'll be finishing top 4 or not. So we'll still have to push as much as we can. And that Man City fixture comes at a point where, it's at the end of April. So
yeah,
I think if things will start to spice up, then we'll have some idea, or let's say we'll have a better idea than now, whether we'll be making it into the top 4 or not. So we'll have to be hard on our heels. So yeah, I think we'll be, and since it's at home, they will have something, like our players will have something to, give back to the crowd, because we got battered the last, in our fixture at the Etihad. Yeah. So we have something to give to the fans.
The Etihad.
The Etihad. So the fans they owe something to the fans. So we actually demand a better reply. That's it.
I think.
So it's not going to be, it's not going to be Man United playing, dirty, like bad sportsmanship or all. It's going to be a good game. That's all.
Yeah. Quickly on the United game, before we move on elsewhere. See, how weird for, first of all, you, Ash, is it to see that Romelu Lukaku actually has a right foot?
Damn, he has me. Fuck. And one of them goals were outside the box, and then the other one was actually a really good touch. He actually got a good left foot, and then he took it on the right and just slotted it in the bottom corner. Like, I just couldn't believe it was Romelu Lukaku. I asked my cousin to pinch me twice. I just thought it was. Trust me, I made him do that. I can't believe it was Romelu Lukaku. Yep. And I have to apologize, because we actually were talking shit about him.
Yeah.
A week before that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He went. So I don't know what kind of.
I can't believe they've been missing this player. I just can't believe. If he's this, I don't know. I'm out of words to say.
Are you having a stroke?
I'm missing this guy.
Is Lukaku giving you a stroke right now? Because you're your brain.
I can't believe we missed this guy for a long, long time. We missed this guy for a long, long time. This was the Romelu Lukaku that we saw at Everton.
He's having a climax.
Dude. I don't care. You can waste how many other chances you want, but then you still get Lukaku used to always get goals back in those days at Everton.
Climax.
At United, that was the thing that was missing, and that's why he was getting slated a lot. Yeah, of course, he's got a bad touch, but then the way I think it's just Ole, it's this Ole's brilliant. So he's given him good motivation, and part of it goes to Ole as well. That's it.
Okay, but I want to ask you this: what kind of fucking black magic is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer performing that he literally turned? It was like one of those Harry Potter style transformations where they turn a doorknob into a parrot. It's like he turned Emil Heskey into fucking Didier Drogba in 2 weeks.
How
literally.
Did he do that? I don't know.
How?
He actually got 6 points now. He actually got 6 points.
I don't get it. I don't get it because he was shit. He was shit for 6 months he was shit, and all of a sudden in 2 weeks he becomes fucking Didier Drogba. Like, why?
The funny thing is, I actually did compare him to Mitrovic. No offense to Mitrovic, he's a good player, but but to be honest, he's in fact a better target man than Mitrovic.
Yeah.
But then Romelu Lukaku, at this form, I mean, I'd rather have him in my first 11 than Lingard because he's actually good on the right, and Ole plays him on the right.
I want to figure out what kind of fucking black magic Solskjaer's performing, because this is like he's sacrificing lambs or some shit. Like sacrificing.
And there was actually a post-match reaction where he said that, Big Rom, as we famously call him, he was actually staying back and working on his finishing, and he actually did a lot of work on the right foot.
Yeah,
it's sometimes hard work pays off. And the same goes with Pereira. I mean, Diego Dello actually came out saying that he the strike that he did, like it was a wonderful strike, and all of those 5 goals were actually really good. They were bangers.
Oh yeah.
And the Pereira goal, he actually did that 20 times, and he actually scored around more than 10. So, like I said, I think it's more magic.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of black magic. I think he's like sacrificing virgins on in the dressing room or some shit.
Bro.
Like this is super weird because the 2 goals that Southampton scored were absolutely out of this world, and I want to ask Sanj, do you think that someone like James Ward-Prowse would actually fit into this Liverpool team well?
I don't know. He might be. I don't really know. What our midfield is missing right now is a creative attacking midfielder like Coutinho.
Ruben Neves,
Oxlade-Chamberlain making a defense-splitting pass. We're always going wide, and it's just not leading to anything really.
Because I think, listen, the form I've seen from Ward-Prowse under Hasenhüttl, who plays a very similar style to Klopp, and Ward-Prowse really stepped up under Hasenhüttl, and he sort of plays this sort of central attacking role. He plays as a playmaker, has brilliant technique. I mean, that free kick was amazing. I mean, if you had that type of player in your team, it would definitely energize you far more than having Jordan Henderson. Let's be honest. This guy is a million times better than Jordan Henderson. He plays for fucking Southampton.
Don't worry, it's Liverpool's B team, so they're gonna buy him soon.
Here's the problem. It's Southampton, so the I don't know what you call it. It's it's Southampton, Liverpool's academy team. because it's Southampton.
Go for Ruben Neves.
They'll ask us for twice the money. United could probably buy Ward-Prowse for maybe 40, 45, 50.
Mm-hmm.
If Liverpool come in for him, they'll be like, "Yep, same as Van Dijk, please."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, didn't they charge you 15 million for Ricky Lambert?
Wow.
No, four.
Oh, it was 4. Then it was 25 for Lallana, and the package deal was 30.
What a rip-off. 25. I wouldn't even pay 25 quid for Lallana.
No, but then they got a bargain with Lallana.
Lallana went rubbish when he got injured.
He was good because why? Liverpool were mediocre. Let's make sure that we put that right. He was good compared to Liverpool's level then.
That was the signing of tremendous character, who, by the way, lost his first game. He lost his first game again. It's just a specialty of his. He never.
Wow.
You guys have heard the stat that Brendan Rodgers never won his first game at a club ever.
I can't even remember what his first game for us was.
Me neither.
Come on, he hadn't got it close. But you got to remember the manager what he's got it close down.
Yeah. Before we move off of English football, Jan Valery also scored a banger in that game. That was an awesome goal.
Wow.
That was an amazing goal, yeah.
And there was this, Mark Goldbridge, he actually said that I should have saved it. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like a Goldbridge. Goldbridge would say
come
that.
On.
Goldbridge
that
would
was
say
a rocket. Yeah. I mean, he was like, it's Dehe's goal. He should have said that. Oh, what the fuck, mate?
Brent Di Cesare did the hot take again. Inspector Goldbridge.
I never saw that coming, and he did that. Oh my god! And then the second one, they were just completely 2 strikes were out of this world, and there was no chance there saving them. Yeah, like you can't.
Ole with black magic again. And by the way, say shout out to Pereira. Pereira had a great game. McTominay had a great game again.
Did he? What? Did he have a good game? I still don't think so. I think he's got a decent game. That's it.
Who?
That's what I feel.
McTominay.
Yeah, McTominay. The thing is that he does his basics right. He gets the short passes right. But then I thought Paul Pogba was doing the majority of the work in the midfield. Like, can you see the first half? Paul Pogba was doing Herrera's role. Like, he was doing the track back and stuff. He was doing a lot of heavy duty stuff. And then once we got like the score became 2-2, that was when Paul was pushed up. Yeah. So people saying Paul had a decent game, like, come on, he actually did a lot of work. He actually did a lot of running, while McTominay was, made to look good because of Paul Pogba.
Yeah, but see,
I
wanna say on that point, like McTominay to me makes Pogba's job easier, a lot easier than Matic, because he's not as slow and plotting as Matic. Because Matic, you literally have to cover for Matic at this point because he's so fucking slow. McTominay can move around there. Like he covers space a lot better than Matic does. And McTominay does the little sly foul in there, and he can pass the ball. He's good. He's a good player. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, but then
he's not a world beater. I'm not saying he is, but he's a very decent player. He's better at this point, in my opinion, than Nemanja Matic.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because you know why? Matic has played a lot of forward passes after Ole's arrival. I mean,
but he's so slow. That's the thing. Like he is so slow. His legs are so that he's half the player he was at Chelsea because he's so slow. That's like, because when you play Matic, here's the thing. When you play Matic, you get found out, you get lit up like you did against PSG. You get totally fucked because the guy can't cover. And McTominay played against Liverpool. Liverpool played with the floating 10s and the fluid front line, and Liverpool had no space. Why? Because McTominay was actually moving around well and covering space well and congesting up the little 1-2s and all of that stuff. You played similarly tactically against PSG, and you got blown up because Nemanja Matic can't move. Like that's a big difference. So McTominay can be worse on the ball, but if off the ball he covers more space. Bottom line, for that role, you need a guy who covers space. You don't need a guy who plays 2 balls a game who does a switch of play better 2 times a game.
Yeah, okay.
That's my point. And by the way, Fred Jemba getting an assist.
Yeah. I mean, that was actually a good pass to.
Yeah.
Was it?
Lukaku.
Yeah, Lukaku.
Yeah, Lukaku for the third goal.
He did string a good few passes. That's all. But I'm still not impressed by. Like, I'm still not gonna rate the guy anymore. Like, cause I think he's still got to prove it like week in, week out. So unless and until he gets a few appearances and starts to shine, he's still a flop signing. So, and Fred is not, equivalent to Keita. Like, people call Keita a flop, but I don't think so. I think he's actually really good, but then Klopp wants to go safe. Over here, I think there's something wrong because you have Mourinho dropping this guy, and then Ole, like, this is a £15 million signing, and then you just can't put him in the bench. So there's got to be something that's missing.
Jemba.
Yeah. So I Only time will tell. Hopefully.
Hopefully, wait, what? Hopefully he's not Jemba Jemba.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He's not whatever you call Jemba Jemba.
You remember Jemba Jemba?
Yeah, I do. And hopefully he becomes a bar. You know, the Jemba bar.
Anyway, on that point, Chelsea had a weird performance against Fulham. I don't want to get into that too much, but to say that.
No, I think Fulham should have won that. Fulham could have actually, could have gotten a draw out of it. I actually saw the match. It was actually really interesting. Chambers, the Arsenal outcast, is he? I mean, he's actually scored. Yeah, he actually scored a banger. That's a hard volley to, get in the back. I mean, getting back to the net, to be honest.
But I wanted
and none of the Chelsea players know the mark. So
I wanted to talk.
An easy ball. Mm-hmm.
I want to talk specifically. I want to ask Sanj, do you think that Higuain is done?
Possibly. I mean, he showed glimpses of what he's still got. That was a good finish that he had there.
Yeah. But he missed a ton of chances.
He did miss a ton, yeah. So, and it's literally exact replica to Benzema, really. Yeah. But obviously, Higuain left for another league, and he flourished in another league where he didn't stay at Real Madrid and to get criticism after criticism for not being as good as those around him. But possibly, yeah, it's probably just another washed-up signing by Chelsea.
Because I think, like, Ash, I don't know about your opinion, but I think that was Chelsea should have had 5 goals easy in that game with how many chances Higuain missed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the thing is that, I was actually focused on Callum Chambers a lot. I mean, he's adapted to his new role. He was playing as a CM, is it?
Yeah, he's a defensive midfielder now.
Yeah, defensive midfielder now. And he's playing it good.
Yeah,
trust me, he's adapted to that role good. I mean, I actually saw him play a few forward passes as well, and he was getting inside the box a lot too, like especially in those set pieces. End of crosses, yeah.
He's a decent player. I think he can be a good backup player for us when he comes back next season. He's still under contract for I think another 2 or 3 years, so I think he's a decent backup for us. We don't have to. Again, it's good because I think he's proven that we don't have to spend money on a backup defensive midfielder like a Torreira backup. We don't need to spend money on that now because I think Chambers can play against lower table opposition. Same way that Iwobi can play out wide. So then we can focus on actually making Iwobi a squad player rather than having to play him. So
and hello, surprise! Jorginho scored. What a surprise!
Yeah, and a banger. Like he scored a banger.
It was a really good goal. Yeah.
That was well played.
Finally, he's done something. Is that his first goal of the league, this season?
No,
is that his first ever goal?
He scored against, was it Cardiff at the start of the season?
That's his first goal of the season, I think.
No. He scored a couple of penalties earlier in the season, and he scored one outside the box as well.
He might not be in the Premier League though.
No. He's got 3 goals in the Premier League, but it was all at the start of the season when Chelsea were.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure. I've been seeing.
Hang on.
Granit Xhaka stats. People saying Granit Xhaka's better than him because Saka's got more goals and more assists.
I said that. So you got to check on that. Let's check on George of the Jungle. Yeah.
I'm on Transfermarkt right now because I'm convinced he scored at least 1 penalty and at least 1 open play goal early in the season.
He scored just 2 goals this season, in the league. That's what I'm talking about. 2 of them. That's it.
So wait, 1 second.
Yeah, there was 1 penalty. There was 1 penalty and a 1 outside the box. The one that happened recently. That's it.
So that's 1 second.
That's it too. And damn, he's actually played 27 of 27 games.
2 goals. Yeah, 2 goals. Yeah, against Huddersfield, I was right. Yeah, first week of the season, he scored against Huddersfield, and his second goal now against Chelsea.
Surrey's favorite penalty.
Chelsea, Fulham.
Yeah, dead.
So
yeah, that's it.
Against Huddersfield and now against Fulham. But again, it was a good finish. You know, Sarri might think about actually letting this guy shoot a bit more because he obviously can put the ball in the top corner at will.
Yeah, just put Kante back where he thrives, and
you know,
you see how many shots Kante has, and like he can score a goal. I'm not saying it's impossible. He's not a Lucas Leiva. Like, do you remember him? Literally 2 goals in his entire Liverpool career, and he was here for 10 years. Kante can score.
Yeah, but you know what we could the debate we could have. Better goal scorer, Lucas Leiva or Mathieu Flamini?
Oh, you forgot.
Oh. Tune into that podcast. That's going to be record breaking.
At least Flamini was, he was such a flop.
At least Flamini beat Tottenham once.
Yeah, he scored a banger there. That's the thing. The 2 goals I remember Lucas Leiva scoring was a heavy deflection that sent the keeper the wrong way, and a header against Plymouth Argyle in an FA Cup replay. I think it's safe to say who's a better finisher. Probably Flamini, sorry.
Plymouth. Oh, man.
Coming back to Jorginho, the minutes he's played is 2,319. The accurate passes he's made, 2,162, 90%. That's some insane number you got there.
Captain
It
sideways.
is, but a lot of people saying it's just sideways and backwards.
But he's actually...
maybe if you put him a bit more forward, that will go down a bit, but a bit more dangerous passing,
But
through balls.
He did lift a couple over the top for Higuain in this game.
Yeah, Higuain.
And Higuain was Higuain was either too slow or had a shit touch. And it's like, that's why I'm asking, is Higuain done? Because he legitimately could and should have had 4 goals in this game.
Yeah, and
he actually got 2 good passes from Jorginho.
Yeah, Chelsea had a lot of possession this game, so he had a chance to have a few shots, but not all games will be like this. There'll be some games where you've got to sit and counter-attack, and he doesn't have the pace to do that. Probably why he didn't start the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah. I mean, he's...
The funny thing is that I got to see Eriksen. Oh, what's his name? Chelsea centre-back, the young guy.
Christensen.
Why was...
Christensen.
Yeah, Christensen. Why was he benched all this time? He was Conte's favourite pick. And all of a sudden, he's out of the squad in Sarri's
and Emerson,
duration. I don't know why. Yeah.
And Emerson actually played, and Marcos Alonso for the 7th time. He was not even on the bench.
Pablo Escobar on weird.
Yeah, he was not on the bench. So Rantman was probably happy that Emerson played. No, but seriously, and also one more thing. Kovacic actually went in for Jorginho, not Barkley.
Yeah, not Barkley. Actually, you could make a lot of these for the Chelsea game.
It was oh man. They still have a game in hand. It's who they have to play?
They have to go to Anfield.
No, Brighton. They have a game in hand against Brighton.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I know
they should win that.
That they should, but are we consensus that Chelsea are finishing 6th no matter what?
I don't know, mate, because these current run of fixtures, if they start to get in confidence, suddenly you can see Chelsea coming back to the old Chelsea. So that's the Chelsea that I don't want to face. It's the banter one that you would more than you would love to face right now, because that's the thing, I just don't want these guys to have a good run of form, and then all of a sudden you have just for Man United you have City and then Chelsea, or maybe I'm not sure of the order, but then you have 2 big games coming back to back. So that's something we want to avoid. So
Again, they could have put 5 past Fulham, and Higuain just wasted a bunch, wasted 4 clear-cut chances. There was an open header. He had 2 cutbacks. He put wide. He had that one-on-one where he blasted the ball from 8 yards out.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
See, it's like
that should have been put in the net.
I mean, I don't see Chelsea. I mean, they could pull out some games and they could win some games against the big opponents, but I don't see how they go above Arsenal in this form and Man United in this form.
Oh, yeah.
Because only if Tottenham bottle so much, they bottle so badly that they end up dropping 1 billion points from now till the end of the season, can I see Chelsea not finishing 6th? And again, it's 5 points between Chelsea and Tottenham right now, and Chelsea have a game in hand. So this
possibility then.
Yeah, but this is weird. Chelsea are on 56 points, so if they win their game in hand, they're on 59. Then Arsenal's back to 6th, and Man United's going 5th, and they're 2 points back at Tottenham. So this is just a weird season.
So moving over to the Bundesliga now, an interesting weekend over there. Bayern Munich travelling to Borussia Mönchengladbach and absolutely tearing them apart 5-1. What are your thoughts on this, Uber?
Well, I thought this was Bayern coming to Gladbach and confirming that they're definitely title favorites now, because Borussia Dortmund on Friday lost to Augsburg 2-1 away, which is absolutely pathetic. And now they just basically gifted the title to Bayern. They're level on points now, but they are, I think it's
Dortmund is still top.
Yeah, Dortmund are still top by 2 goals. They literally have the same goals against. Dortmund have scored 2 goals more during the season. The form for Dortmund has fallen off significantly because Akanji was injured, Royce was injured. They've lost momentum, they lost continuity, and as for Bayern, they've sort of picked up steam, picked up momentum, and their team has improved a lot in terms of chemistry, and they completely dominated this game. Again, Gladbach did have some injuries and weren't entirely fit. But again, Bayern also had David Alaba missing, Coman missing, Goretzka missing, Ribery, Robben, Tolisso, but they still went out there and completely dominated this game. I mean, they destroyed Gladbach, and Kovac's vision seems to be coming to fruition. They had 14 shots on target, Tony. 19 shots in total, 14 on target, 63% possession, 5-1 scoreline. It was a brilliant game from Lewandowski with 2 goals, with his hold-up play in general. He had a great game. Alcantara was brilliant. Gnabry was
Serge Gnabry scored as well.
Yeah, he was really good. James as well played really well, but I think the axis of Alcantara and Javi Martinez was absolutely brilliant in this game. They really controlled the midfield well, allowed Müller, Rodriguez, and Gnabry to sort of focus around playing off of these little 1-2s and combinations from Lewandowski, and Bayern completely tore Gladbach apart. And it's really interesting because Gladbach are a type of team that play quite similarly to Liverpool. So, where it's kind of high pressing, trying to play quick counter-attacking football with quick technical forwards in Plea, Hazard. They also play with a false 9 and Lars Stindl, and sort of play with kind of 3 holding midfield types, hard workers, the same way Liverpool play. So I think this was a real statement from Bayern to make, not just in terms of the title challenge, but in terms of what they will do to Liverpool if Liverpool are as blunt going forward in the Champions League matchup as they have been in recent weeks. So
and with that result, Mönchengladbach losing, Leipzig have now leaped forward to third.
So that's interesting again, but I don't see Gladbach dropping out of the Champions League spots. I mean, they've had 2 defeats in a row.
They're only 3 points ahead of 5th place Eintracht Frankfurt.
Yes, but I know they lost to Wolfsburg, and they have lost 3 out of the last 4 games.
Yeah.
And they haven't looked good, but they've also had a lot of injuries in that period, and their squad is slowly getting back healthy.
Yeah.
And I think they'll rebound next week against Mainz, who have also lost 4 out of their last 5. So I think this is a good place for them to rebound, and I think they'll keep their place in the top 4. I mean,
and it's like what they say.
Yeah.
It's like what they say. What have Liverpool and Dortmund both got in common? Jurgen Klopp's bottled the title with both of them.
Come on, man.
Sorry,
but again,
Sanj.
I'll say that if anyone will beat Gladbach to that top 4 spot, I think it will be Bayer Leverkusen, who are 4 points behind, and Leverkusen, who have been in great form under Peter Bosch and certainly have the talent. So I think if there's a team that can pip Gladbach to top 4, I think it's Leverkusen. But again, we'll see by the end of the season. But I just wanted to ask Sanj before we move on to Italy. With this Bayern performance, how scared are you, with especially how blunt Liverpool look going forward? How scared are you if Bayern score a goal or 2 that you guys are not coming back in that game?
Yeah, I'm very scared because there's no confidence in us going forward. I mean, the only confidence I do have is our defence a little bit. You know, our defence has been very solid, and it's been. It's not like the whole team is lacking at the minute. It's just the strike force at the minute, and the game at Anfield was a bit, like I said, it was a bit of a false hope type thing. Liverpool fans will feel, oh, if we get our attack sorted, we'll definitely win. But it's not just that. Their attack will be 10 times better than it was at Anfield. So if they get an early goal and the fans get up for it and the players get up for it, they could destroy us and blitz us before we get even to the game.
Yeah. I'm worried about you guys because I think if you can get an away goal, I think then it becomes tough for Bayern. And I think their defense is there to be had. But again, you have to get that away goal. And I just, with the way your front line is looking right now, I just don't see how you're getting that goal.
Yeah, I agree. Unless we can break records and score 12 against Burnley to get all the confidence up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that point, like Daishi, he's been dialing the clock back to last year when they finished 7th in recent weeks. They've been the old school Burnley. You know, I don't see them letting out goals anytime soon. So, they did lose quickly before we moved to Italy. Burnley did lose 3-1 to Crystal Palace at home. So you maybe if Salah scores and gets some confidence, but to be honest with you, Sanj, I only see Bayern winning that tie with the form they've been in recently, and I think it might be for the better for you guys because then you can focus on the Premier League, and you never know. City competing on 3 fronts till the end of the season, they might lose points somewhere, and then you can. I mean, it's only 1 point and it's 9 games to go. So I don't know about you, but if I were a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't mind Bayern knocking us out right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if you asked me a few weeks ago when we were top of the league. But we've completely blown it now, and now we're playing catch up. And I feel there's no confidence in this team. So I feel like if we beat Bayern, then there's a hope, there's a light. Like, yes, there's 2 extra games we'll have to play in the quarterfinals, which could affect us. but it's just a bit of confidence, a hope, like a bit of belief out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Arsenal with Arsenal. They won 2 games very nice and very convincingly. They then had an amazing performance against Spurs, and Spurs seem to be bottling it. So they've had this hope out of nowhere that they might get top 4 now, where as we all know through Tony, saying Arsenal were going to finish 6th. Now even he believes they can finish 4th.
Exactly.
If Liverpool can beat Bayern, it could maybe do wonders for our title race, or it could make it worse, considering we've got 2 more physical games to come in the next round.
True. Yeah. So, moving on over to Italy, the big game over there this weekend was Napoli 1, Juventus 2. Juventus now extending their lead to 16 points. What are your thoughts on this, Uber?
Well, I did say in a unreleased podcast preview that Tony didn't release because he went to the pub. Unfortunately,
sorry about that.
It is what happened, but sure. I did say that Napoli were gonna win this game, and Napoli were a lot better than Juve. Juve basically sat back and defended. Juve had 4 shots the entire game. By the way, Napoli's goalkeeper got sent off in the 25th minute.
There weren't Ospina, was it?
Alex Meret got sent off 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
Ospina came in. Napoli with 10 men for most of the game, but Pjanic didn't get his red card until early second half. So in the first half, Juve they were still a man up. Pjanic scored a goal in the first half. Can scored a second. Juve were 2-0 up in the first half, but the moment Pjanic got sent off in the second half, Napoli absolutely battered Juventus. The key moment was Carlo Ancelotti with a brilliant halftime substitution, putting in Dries Mertens for Kevin Malcuit, the right back. So he put in a forward for a right back. It was a perfect substitution, just tactical genius from Ancelotti, and Napoli just then went on a rampage and pulled a goal back, but it was just not enough. They ended up with 13 shots, 5 on target, 62% possession. They were dominant in this game, but Juventus doing what Juventus do best, grinding out another result, and that pretty much closes
just typical Italy, isn't it? Typical Italian.
Yeah, but again, Lorenzo Insigne had a chance in the 84th minute with a penalty. He missed. It's just, again, it's something about this Napoli team where they are so good. They are such a quality team, such a quality opponent for Juventus, but they just don't seem to get over the line. Even last year with Sarri, they were so close. The most ever points, not just for a second place team, the second most points in the history of the league.
Yeah.
But only for Juve to get more points, like a historical number of points, because Napoli pushed them that far. It's like it's as if Napoli are there to be sort of in marathons where you have that rabbit guy, the pacemaker,
pacemaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's as if Napoli are pacemakers for Juve. It's like, you guys will push us to break history. Like, that's all you're good for. And I feel so bad for this team because they are legitimately better to watch than Juventus. They play higher quality football. They are such a good team, and they won't win anything. They literally won't win anything because Juventus are just so overpowering with the budgets and the players they buy. It's just it feels like shit, honestly. I feel sorry.
That brings us on to these guys. That brings us on to the other big game in Italy, was the Rome derby. Lazio beating Roma 3-0. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, this has enormous top 4 implications because Roma now, they got a Alexander Kolarov got sent off in late added time, and so it didn't really matter. But overall, it was a brilliant performance by Lazio, a counter-attacking masterclass that Lazio know how to deliver very, very, very well. They are a excellent counter-attacking team.
Yeah.
Roma were just blunt. They didn't look good at all. They were kind of, I wouldn't say slow necessarily, but it was more ponderous. It was just that they didn't. Lazio denied them space, and Roma were just trying to find a way through, and it's just kind of dead. Not creative enough, not incisive enough, and every single time Lazio got the ball, you kind of felt like, okay, if they time the pass well to match a run, they're gonna open this Roma defense up, and it's because Kostas Manolas isn't playing, and again, this Roma defense, even with Manolas, conceded 7 in the cup against Fiorentina, so they're really, really vulnerable, and this is a team that's vulnerable in the counterattack because they go forward a lot. Of course, Daniele De Rossi, who's kind of more of a statue now than an actual midfield player at this time.
Pretty much.
He was trying to protect the back four. Didn't work. I mean, they got blitzed on the break, and these are big top four implications because, of course, on Friday, Inter lost 2-1 away to Cagliari. It's complete disaster mode from Inter. AC Milan did what I predicted them to do, moved into third. They won 1-0 against Sassuolo.
Yeah.
Good performance from them. They probably should have had more goals.
Inter Milan have bottled it. Milan have majorly bottled it.
Yeah, Inter have bottled it epically. Spalletti, again, his team is falling apart. This entire Icardi drama is not helping. Roma is now only 3 points away from Inter in fourth still, but Lazio have a game in hand, and they can potentially move on level points with Roma now that they won the Rome derby. So it's wide open now for that fourth spot between Inter, Lazio, and Roma, and honestly, I would not be surprised. Not just that if Inter fall out, I'd honestly think that one of the Rome clubs, whichever one has more luck with injuries, because because of Inter's form, I don't think the form of the Rome clubs will matter as much as if their squads are healthy or not. If their squads stay healthy, I think Inter are going to bottle this full on, and I think this is going to be an epic meltdown, unlike like only Spurs are capable of, because this is this is unbelievable. They were at the start of the second half of the season, they were comfortably in third place, and all of these teams just basically caught up, and Inter are just now they're completely falling apart.
Yeah.
So,
but that moves us on to, and I don't even have anything explaining this league. It is what it is. The joke of the league, the French league. Paris Saint-Germain still running away. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't have any major thoughts. It's just, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess Monaco will rescue themselves again. Kylian Mbappe scored another 2 goals, so stat padding season is in full effect. I think he's up to 24 league goals now for the season.
Wow.
They won 2-1 against Caen. Mbappe played center forward, so he's obviously he can do whatever. So I think this is.
There's nothing much to update here, is there?
Yeah, I mean, this is full on stat padding for Mbappe, and it's just entertaining. I wanted to throw this into podcast because it's entertaining, tracking his goals and sort of seeing where he will finish eventually, because I think he has now 2 more goals than games played, something like that. So it's he's definitely on the fast track to that, Ronaldo type season statistically. Let me just check to get this right for the viewers. Yeah, he has 21 appearances in the league and 24 goals.
Wow.
So
that is unbelievable. Well, it's not unbelievable, to be fair, when you're playing for PSG in the French Farmers League. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's not difficult. If you're world class like he is, it's not difficult in that league.
Has still got to score the goals, you know.
Of course he has, but in the grand scheme of things, it's the French league. Like
listen, credit
Paris Saint-Germain. It's a league. It should be renamed the Paris Saint-Germain League.
the Paris Saint-Germain Training League.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone else just plays for the second trophy.
But yeah, I agree. But still, got to score the goals and credit to Mbappe. I mean, 24 goals in 21 games.
No of
who
course.
You're playing against, that's an unbelievable output in the league.
Before we move on to the Champions League preview, I just wanted to get your take on our first leg against Rennes on Thursday in Europa League away. What's your prediction for that one, Uber?
I mean, it could get tricky. It could get tricky because Rennes are a team that typically doesn't suit us because of their pace up front. They're a really quick team, very mobile, very dangerous on the break, and with our backline, we could have some problems.
Yeah.
But again, I really think that with our run of form, again, we might be mentally spent after the North London derby, and obviously the letdown that it is.
Yeah.
And just being so close and not able to finish our dinner, but I think it's a good opportunity for one of Lacazette and Aubameyang to get back on track and finish some chances off, get some confidence back, and fight it out really for who will start against Man United, because that's the most important game of our season, in my opinion. Yeah. The Tottenham game was pretty important, but this United game now is absolute must not lose. If we lose that game, top four, we might as well kiss it goodbye.
Exactly.
I mean, anything can still happen. We have an easy schedule after that game till the end of the season. We have a smooth schedule. Only Wolves away is a tough game. Potentially Leicester away could get tricky, but other than that, it's mostly easy games. But again, this is a must get a result, must not lose type of game against Man United, and this Ron game is simply there to build confidence and build momentum. So I think it's really important for us to get a good result. You know, I think a solid 1-0 win away, I think I'll take that.
Yeah. Well, as a neutral, what's your thoughts on this Sanji Rennes versus Arsenal tie?
Favourable fixture. You know, travel's not too bad. I mean, both for you and United, you're both playing in France.
Yeah.
As for the team, I know it's the French league, and we all say stuff like that, but sometimes French teams can be a bit tougher than you claim them out to be.
Yeah. Well, look at Marseille last year. They came runners in Europa.
There you go. So you watch out just a little bit, and hopefully, if you do put out your strong team this time, hopefully you'll get the job done in the first leg properly.
Yeah. I'm hoping, I'm not counting it, but I'm hoping that Emery has learned from Bate Borisov that do not take teams lightly. Don't play the best team available, because we have got a bad record in recent times against United. So I would still prioritise Europa over getting top personally myself.
Yeah, but I don't think, again, not to go all the way back to the Bate game, I don't think that was Emery as much as it was players sort of getting complacent and getting sort of in the doldrums of the season and kind of getting loose. And I think it woke the team up, and ever since there's been a far better intensity, far superior level of performance from our team. So I don't expect us to have an upset in this game. But again, Rennes can cause us some problems on a counter, and they should definitely be... Our team should be wary of their pace, and I'm sure Emery will prepare the game well. But anyway, to close out this podcast, moving on to the Champions League. On Tuesday, it's Borussia Dortmund at home trying to overturn Tottenham's 3-0 lead from the first leg. Now, Tony, I like to take it to you, but honestly, this might sound really, really weird as a fellow Arsenal fan, but I'm rooting for Tottenham to go through because I need them to play the extra games so they get one of the big boys. Yeah, I can see your point. So, wait, let me finish. So they get one of the big boys, and then they get crushed like they did last season against Juventus, and then their mentality completely folds. They bottle it again because we need them to play the extra games. Their squad is spent as is already. So the more games they need to play, the better it is for us in trying to make top four, in opening up an extra spot. So I think that this is definitely a game, as weird as it sounds, fellow Arsenal fans, if you're listening, and United fans as well, and Chelsea fans as well. We all have to root for Tottenham in this one. They have to get the extra games because then it opens up another spot because they will bottle it.
I agree. I can see why you'd say that. Under no circumstances do I want Tottenham to win any match, personally.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't see even bottle job Spurs won't drop this 3-0 lead. I think Dortmund will win on the night, but I don't think they'll win the tie. I think the tie, if Spurs throw this away, then this is going to be an absolute joke. Honestly, it's going to be so funny.
But
I don't see it.
The Friday podcast with Spencer will be even better.
Oh man! But again, I think there's no way in which they can screw this up. I mean, if they do, I don't know. Again, see, this is what I'm worried about because Pochettino, as much as we criticize him, they might fold mentally, but they're still in a situation where they can drop points, and physically it won't matter as much because they won't be as spent. So mentally, I don't think if they mess this up, I don't think it will crush them mentally as much as physically it will mess them up playing against one of the big teams later on in a couple of weeks' time. I think.
Well, that's unless they get the winner of Porto or Roma in the next round.
Oh, come on. They can't be that jammy. They were jammy for the last month.
If they can bribe the FA, they can bribe UEFA. That's all I'm saying.
For the last month, they've literally jammed their way into the third place and the title conversation by squeezing out, basically like butt plugs, squeezing out the results against Burnley in the 96th minute, like winners against Fulham and all of that stuff. If they get the winner of Roma Porto, I swear, this team, you cannot be this lucky. No. One of the big boys is coming, and I don't believe it's gonna be Real Madrid or something like that they can get a result. Yeah. I sincerely hope it's PSG because
it's funny you mentioned Real Madrid because they're the other game that's on tomorrow. They're 2-1 up against Ajax from the first leg. Ajax will need 2 goals to get through the Bernabeu. Where do you see that going?
Real Madrid go through, but narrowly. I see Ajax getting a goal, but I see this game. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and Ajax are just going to be lacking the sort of the experience and the end product to turn Real Madrid over. But Real Madrid, with their current form, it's definitely going to be tough for them, and it's why I don't want Spurs to get Real Madrid or winner of Roma Porto because they actually might go through.
How disgusting would that sound? Spurs are in the Champions League semi-finals. Makes me want to puke.
But then they can bottle it again.
Oh man,
that's the other end of the argument. Then they can. Then it's another semi-final they can bottle.
Oh man, what are your thoughts, Sanj? Real Madrid 2-1 up against Ajax Bernabeu. Ajax need 2 goals. What are your thoughts going through?
I mean, there should really be only one winner, really.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. I'm just thinking, do Real Madrid have a little bit of a reaction after losing the Clasico in the space of a few days? Do they give their fans a bit of a reaction, like win 3-4-0 and then give them a bit of hope that they're going to retain the Champions League for the 4th time?
Yeah, that would be iconic if they'd done it 4 times in a row, especially considering the poor season they've had this season.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Well, actually, it might be iconic. It might be something very bloody dodgy. But then again, we've got VAR. We've got VAR, so they shouldn't.
Yeah, very true.
They shouldn't get to that final.
I don't see any way where they can that someone's gonna knock them out. Sooner or later, someone's gonna knock them out because they're not good. They're not a good team.
Yeah.
Anyway, on Wednesday it's Porto Roma. No one cares. It's just like whoever goes through is just gonna be cannon fodder for one of the big teams. It's just like last season's Roma. They did overturn Barcelona, and okay, they can be dangerous on their night, but I don't see this season. They've not been as good, so I don't see them repeating that same kind of result. I actually think that Porto, with a fit Musa Marega, their top scorer Marega, will be fit for this game. I actually think Porto can turn this over at home at the Dragao. I think the atmosphere is going to be absolutely amazing.
Electric.
It's going to be electric. I think Porto can do this with their top scorer who was out for the first game. So again, I don't trust Roma, but again, whoever goes through is just cannon fodder. So I don't think the game matters pretty much. As for PSG and Man United,
we got 10 players missing, and I hardly can name 5 or 6 of them. That's how dead we are. I'd rather have these guys, just put some decent performance and just come back home and just get ready for Arsenal. In fact, I love the positivity that Ole is giving at the moment. He's just giving us vibes of the Juventus, the famous Juventus one that we won away. The Juventus fixture. So hopefully that gives them a spark. But then this game is just too far for us to catch. So I'd rather lose in a more dignified way than trying to fight and just trying to overstress things and getting injured. So that's the last thing you want to have, because right at the moment the most important thing is getting back to making sure that we stay in the Champions League. So especially with Arsenal, Chelsea, and even Spurs competing for the third and fourth spot, I think it's getting a lot tougher for United, especially with our injuries. So I don't mind a club losing. Yeah, I don't mind a club losing, and I'm not gonna just go on be depressed saying that Ole could have done this and that better. No, there's no chance for us to come back. So it's basically a write-off.
So bottom line, play a weakened team, and will Ole rotate? Do you think Ole rotates or puts the full team out? And would you?
No, I think he's going to play the strongest team available. I think he's going to play the strongest team available to him.
Would you rest?
I think we'll be seeing Lukaku, Rashford, and the surprise package would be Diego Dalot, and he did actually he did actually change the game against Southampton. His impact was really good, and the man could actually cross the ball. Compared to Doc Shagger, who does a lot of running, with all due respect, but then there's no end stuff. I think he's dead. He's finished. We need to just sell him.
Again,
I know. The funny thing is, it's not funny for a United fan, but when you say it to Sun, the thing is that there was no one laughing as much as me when I actually had the deal. I was like, Arsenal fans are Arsenal is a dead club. They're a joke of a club when they decide to sell their star player in exchange for our worst player. And now look at the next year. All of a sudden it's just tables turning around, and we got a dog shit. We got a useless 350,000 plus a week player doing nothing. And then I don't know what to say about this guy. We just need to just sell him as quick as possible before he becomes a waste. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, talking about Go on.
One last question on that game. Would you, if you were Ole, play the full team or rest the team for Arsenal?
If I was Ole, I'd actually rest the key players, and then I'd play the Lukakus and stuff. But I'd never play Martial's or even the Rashfords, and I'd even rest Lindelof, to be honest, because the Arsenal game is the most important fixture. It's because if we get a win against Arsenal right now, we actually have a good run of fixtures to gain a bit more form, and then I think we can produce an upset when we face City. So yeah, I don't mind. Like if I was Ole, I would never pick my star players, which is basically Lindelof, Rashford, Martial. That's it.
Fair enough. Anyway, man, thank you for being on. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, not a problem.
We'll let you go to
Anytime.
sleep.
Thank you, Ash.
Again, Tony. I think both of you, Tony and Sanj, agree that this is pretty much done, right, Sanj?
Yeah, should be. No Paul Pogba, a load of injuries. I mean, we just got to hope that Ollie doesn't work some more black magic and PSG get complacent.
Yeah.
We just got to hope that doesn't happen.
Of course, the odds are looking against United, but you can never say never in football.
Yeah, you can.
So, this is the point I want to end on for this game and for the podcast. So, PSG are 2-0 up against Manchester United. They're playing at home. The injuries to PSG are Cavani, Meunier, and Neymar. So 3 big injuries, but still it's PSG. And as for Manchester United, the players who are confirmed to not be available are Ander Herrera, Jesse Lingard, Juan Mata, Nemanja Matic, Paul Pogba because of the red card, Alexis Sanchez, Antonio Valencia, questionable Matteo Darmian, Phil Jones, and Anthony Martial.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've got serious issues for the injuries, and they got 1 suspension, but apart from that, they got serious issues with injuries.
So
that's a miracle.
I mean, we can hope PSG does us a favor. Actually, not PSG. All it does is a favor and actually puts them out to go out and try and play, and they tire themselves out for the weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't see this. I think even they understand that this is.
Yeah, Ollie's not stupid. Solskjaer's not a stupid guy. I think they're going to take precautions ready because the top 4 for them, they're in pole position for top 4 in my opinion. Like they're more realistically going to get top 4 than us or Chelsea. So I think for them, top 4 has to be the priority now.
Absolutely, I think this is just game management for Man United. This is just sort of go out there, don't get embarrassed, and that's pretty much it. Focus on Arsenal.
Absolutely.
So again, but it's not good for us, but that's part of being an Arsenal fan. You get into these weird situations where you're, I don't know. I don't know even how to describe it. It's just you want to root against your rivals, but you get put in a situation where if your rival actually goes out and performs well, it puts you in a good position. So it's strange. But anyway, on that point, this has been another episode of the Rant Boys podcast. Please rate, subscribe, share, and review. Share with your friends. Help us spread the movement. Thanks.
And also follow our individual Twitters. Follow our Twitter, the Rant_Boys, and also follow at Aboma G Yang and also at Tony Arsenal1.
Of course, and thanks to Sanj for being on.
Thank you, Sanj.
No problem. Always a pleasure.
Thanks to Ash He had to dip a little bit earlier, but thanks to him for being on. Thanks to Dan, as always, providing the visuals and the graphics. He will be back on, I'm sure, later this week. And
thank you.
Thanks to Woogie, who will get his thoughts on all things Arsenal later this week, I'm sure as well. Anyway, again, rate, subscribe, share with your friends, review, help us grow this thing. And Tony, this time next year,
we'll be millionaires.
Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.